Hey, this is Bruce Cook. Just making an update, showing y'all what I got going on, how far along we've come. This is the 2025 pepper growing season, growing super hot peppers, some mild. Just showing you what I got going on. Today is March 24th. It is Monday. So, I've already got a lot of plants outside. I think I have probably close to 20 out there so far and put in larger containers. The original plants, the ones that were in the, I think they were quart-sized containers that were in here, they are all outside in 1 gallon container or 2 gallon containers. I think I already showed that in one of my previous videos. All of the other plants, the ones I'm taking out that are in these cups, I've been putting them in 1 gallon containers, and then later on they will go into 2 gallon containers once they cannot fit in the 1 gallon containers they're in anymore. So what I did was, a few days ago, I went in the shed, and I went under my carport where I had some more of my plant stuff stored, and I hunted for my old plant labels, because I pretty much kept most of them. Didn't throw them out, but a lot of them ended up in the shed. And this goes back all the way to 2020 when I started growing. I bought a bunch of these plant labels, and they have been sitting outside. I've been pretty much buying new plant labels every single year. I have not been reusing them, but to save a lot of money, I went around and collected all the old ones. And some of them were in the shed. You know, there had been rodents that's gotten in there, stunk the place up. You know, got things real nasty. So, before I get to, what I'm doing right here, I'm just gonna tell you what I had to go through to try to sterilize these things, because they were just sitting outside for like the longest time, like this past 5 years. A lot of them have anyways. So, I went around and collected these things. I'm sure I got well over 100 of them. I know I have bought in a couple packs of 100 plant labels, 100 each. So, the first thing I had done was I set those things in a jar of, I rinsed them off and then set them in a jar of soap water, just dish soap water. Closed the lid, shook them around. I did that a couple times, and then I put them in, it was the same jar again, and I added a little bit of bleach and some more soap water, and I let them sit for over a day inside of that bleach water to try to kill off as much nasty stuff as we could do. And then I pulled them out and rinsed them all off. Well, once with just regular water, and then once with soap. Shook them around while they're in the jar, poured that water out, and then I put them in a pot of boiling water. So a lot of these plant labels curled up and stuff because of the hot water. And then I ended up, after rinsing them out, I ended up putting them back into the pot. Got the water a little warm. I put a few in at a time. So when the water got hot, they would lay, when they would bend back into a flat shape. A lot of these were like curled up like C's and stuff like that, because the water in the pot was like really high, so they were floating around. And when I pulled them out, as soon as they were met with room temperature air, they started hardening again. So, but anyways, this is where they're at right now. It was something I'm really glad I have been doing throughout the years, and I got this idea for myself. Was putting, when I would label the top of these plant labels, I would put, it was just simple Scotch tape on these things. I would put, first I would put a piece of Scotch tape going over the top of it like that, and then I would put a second piece of Scotch tape going around the side like that. And even my plant labels that go all the way back to 2020, the label, the abbreviations for the peppers that I labeled are still in perfect condition. So I'm just hoping there's nothing nasty that can get transferred to from whatever might be nasty still left in these things to my plants that I put them in. I don't think there will be. Well, I mean, I did just about everything to sterilize these things. So, but anyways, I've been outside transplanting, putting the cups into the containers, as I mentioned, and just reorganizing things in here. So this is what I have left. Once all of these big plants are taken outside, which is what I'm working on right now, I'll be putting the smaller cups with the seedlings that are bigger. They'll be going up here, and they'll start growing faster. And the ones that are underneath the shelves that are kind of in the dark, they will come out and they'll start receiving more light and they'll start growing faster. And if you look down here, I still have, my room's like really cluttered right now. I'm like really busy doing a lot of stuff. The plant stuff, I have lots of paintball equipment that I've come home with. You'll see my room is a mess right now. It's cluttered with everything. That's old neem oil I gotta throw out. So, but yeah. Well, this is still what I got. Oh, I don't think I mentioned, I don't know if I had counted all my plants before I made my last video, but I have counted all of my plants. It's everything that was outside, plus everything that's in here. I have, when I counted, I had a total of 139 plants that were already put into cups or larger containers. And I've had, I think, 2 seedlings die since I did that. I've had a few seedlings die. They were put in the same conditions as everything else that's growing nice. I guess they were not meant to live on, so they wilted and died. So I have like 137. I think that would be the count right now. And then I have all of these. I did not count these. So it'll be 137 plants if those plants, you know, grow to full size without dying while they're young. Then I will have these on top of that. And let's see, what do we got left? Well, these were my new rounds of plants. As you can see, a lot of these are ready to be put into larger, put into little cups. But I have a lot of these. There was some varieties that I had sowed. I had gotten, I can't remember who I got them from. It was somebody I did a collab with on YouTube, eating peppers with them. They sent me some peppers and a lot of seeds, different varieties, and for some weird reason, I did not have a single seed germinate for me that I had gotten from that person, but he sent them to me for free, so it's no big deal. We gave it a shot and it didn't work out, so it's no big deal. But we got a lot of stuff left over. We're going to be transplanting out of here, and then I am going to be planting some more seeds. My boss's father had some jalapenos he wanted me to grow for him. He grows them himself out in his field, but he doesn't have much room in his garden for them. And he wanted me to, grow a bunch of them in the containers, and then hook them back up with the peppers and stuff once they grow out. And I told him okay, so I have them somewhere. Actually, I think I have them in my bin right here. Hang on. Yep, I found them. I just took them home yesterday. So I'm going to be sowing these seeds. So we'll have some jalapenos. And my garden area outside, I have to do something with the fencing just to make the garden bigger. I got spare fencing from when I created it in the first place a couple years ago. So we're going to make the garden area bigger so we can accommodate all these extra plants. But anyways, that's what I have going on right now. I hope y'all enjoyed that video, and I'll see you in the next one.